Brat.
Hey, Joseph, you ready to do the podcast?
No, Brat, fuck the podcast. We're going to do a heist.
A heist?
We're going to film a conversation of us talking about a film, and then I'm going to edit it and upload it to YouTube. And then we're going to get millions of views and subscribers and get tons of money from it. And we're gonna heist all the people out of their money.
Joseph, we're already doing that and we make no money.
No, this is completely different. This isn't a podcast, Brad. It's a heist. We're going to heist all the money from the people. Just like George Clooney did in Ocean's 11. It's HEIST-VEMBER. We're doing HEIST-VEMBER.
Welcome to HEIST-VEMBER. We're doing heists all November. And we figured we'd start with the king of the heists. I guess the most prominent of the heist, the heist of the Ocean 11.
Heist.
Ocean's 11, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 7. I think that's all of them.
Ocean 7 is the girl one, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, there's a prequel?
There is a prequel coming, but we'll get to that later.
Oh,
There's
cool.
Brad, are you a fan of the Oceans?
I've seen Ocean's 11 and I liked it, but that was as far as I got. It was one of those things where it was on Netflix. It was like, oh, I haven't seen this, and they only had Ocean's 11. And then I went to re-up the other day, and it is no longer on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't believe I didn't check for 12 or 13 yet, but because I didn't know if we were covering those today or not.
We can get to those. Just the Oceans itself. I've within the past couple months, I've seen all of them, including the Frank Sinatra Rat Pack one, which, spoiler alert, it's really boring.
I had a DVD of that at some point. I think my uncle gave it to me, and I was like, thanks.
Nice. Is this the uncle that I met?
No, different uncle.
Okay,
Different side
uncle.
of the family.
Yeah. Shout out to Brad's uncle. Awesome dude. He watches the podcast sometimes.
Yes.
This Oceans movie. So I guess we can start with the Sinatra one. Are you a fan of the Rat Pack? Are you aware of the Rat Pack?
I would say so. I like Sinatra quite a bit. I don't know too much about him because I'm not 80 years old.
You're not deep in the lore of Sinatra?
I mean, not quite, no.
Yeah.
I think there's a Broadway show about him out right now where somebody plays Frank Sinatra, so that's semi-interesting.
There was a movie with Ray Liotta, I believe, playing Sinatra.
That is true. That is I don't know if I can say official, but it was a movie about the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
I remember I illegally acquired it at one point and meant to watch
good?
it and then didn't. I
Nice.
think I started it and it was 5-10 minutes. I think I didn't get that far into it. I just remember it very early in the movie. They're already making anti-Semitic jokes towards Sammy Davis Jr.
Anti-Semitic. Is he Jewish?
Yes.
Oh, he's black and Jewish? He's like Drake.
Yes.
You can't see my shirt. I wore my Drake shirt today for Drake because I want him to watch the podcast. This fucking Oceans movie. I only did a little bit of research into it. It's just some guy. I thought it was based on a book or something. It was just some guy wrote a script, and then one of the guys in the Rat Pack, I don't remember which one, bought the rights to it, and then the movie is just a bunch of bros fucking around for an hour, and then the heist starts. It's literally an hour in, the heist starts, and it's they're gonna rob 5 casinos.
Fucking around is a good way to put it because I believe Danny Ocean's ambition is just I want to pull off the biggest heist.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Yeah.
I mean, financial gain is probably the major benefit of it, but just the vanity.
Yeah, and in the movie, because it's just you don't feel like they're playing characters. You just Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, the rest of them who I don't know.
Guys.
The other guys, the bros.
The Maroon 4.
Yeah. They were a bunch. They're paratroopers who all fought in World War II, and then they came back and they decided they want to do a big heist, and they all gather around, and then they play pool and they sing. There's a lot of singing in it.
You get the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Not only should you have singing, you should want singing.
I guess. The Rat Pack.
No ballads though. Yawn.
What about the Frat Pack, or the Brat Pack?
I'm familiar with the Brat Pack. That's
the Chris Pratt. He just has his own pack.
I was gonna say there's probably a Chris Pat.
Yeah, there's probably a modern one.
There are several Chris's, but I don't know if they all hang out necessarily.
Yeah, they did on that Avengers movie. They were all in.
A lot of them were there. Yes,
But, yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, 75% of the Chris's were in that movie.
75% of all Chris's are in Avengers and/or Marvel properties.
Yeah.
It's science.
Did you see? This is a quick side tangent. A lot of people are claiming Marvel they're losing it. There was like some article written saying like Marvel is like having a bad time or whatever. Did you hear about that?
I've kind of witnessed it firsthand for the past few
I mean,
years.
fucking, you seen these fucking bullshit movies?
Now I've been sleeping on them.
Yeah, same. I haven't even watched any of Loki. I don't even think I have Disney Plus anymore.
I watched the first season of Loki.
Loki was good.
It was good. It's just
Yeah.
of all of the ones that came out in that 1 month where they were shitting out everything.
Yeah.
I think I liked WandaVision the best, but that was strictly for the kind of nostalgia factor of like, oh, this episode looks like it was shot in the
sitcom.
70s. This episode looks like it was shot in the 80s. This episode looks like it was shot in the 2000s. So that alone is why I prefer it.
Yeah.
But like, what was the other one that came out?
Captain America, Boiz.
That was good. I think
that was fine.
That probably I feel like would have been a better movie. I think.
Yeah. It starts like the end. It ends exactly where it started, which is just, at the end of Avengers, Falcon gets the shield, and then he doesn't want the shield, and then by the end of the series, he gets the shield again, and it's like,
yeah. I liked that story, how they were like, oh, people like us, stuff like that,
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, that's an interesting approach to it, but overall, I don't know.
yeah.
At the time, I was like,
memorable.
At the time, they were just making everything a show, so it was just kind of the start of like, does everything need to be a show for me at least?
Right.
Some people prefer it, and that's fine.
Yeah. What are you saying? These fucking Rat Packs. I don't know. That one is just, it's not great. I guess the reviews. I guess I looked into the reviews and they weren't great on the film either. So when it came out, they must not have done super well. I don't know how the Rat Pack did critically, like with their movies. This is the first like Rat Pack film I've seen. I know all the songs, but like
I think they all acted.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much. I don't say frequently necessarily, but it was just kind of something you did at that point.
Yeah, they sang and they acted.
Yeah.
But it seems like
it's kind of like how Elvis kind of did everything.
Yeah.
He was a musician, then he was movies, and he did like TV specials and shit. So I think Rat Pack had to do some kind of similar formula.
Yeah. It'd be fun to do like a series just on the Rat Pack. Like we just watch a bunch of Rat Pack movies and review.
You said fun?
I think it'd be fun.
You were just saying how boring the fuck
yeah.
Ocean's 11 is.
It's like the same thing with like you watch Casino Royale and you compare that to like Dr. No, and it's just like so. I mean, that's a good comparison because like those movies came out around the same time, and Dr. No just has so many fucking scenes of Bond just like walking through an airport or like just driving around. And,
a lot of those Connery ones I feel like are too long.
Yeah.
The Roger Moore ones could be too long as well, but
yeah.
When I think of like what are some movies that drag, I usually think like Sean Connery, Bond movies.
Yeah, but we can get to the more recent Ocean's 11. Some guy wrote it again. Some guy just wrote a script, and then Steven Soderbergh came to direct it. Are you a fan of Steven Soderbergh?
Probably. I know. I'm very familiar with his name. I couldn't tell you what movie he's done, but I know he's a prominent director.
His filmography, it's very like eclectic because he started out with like Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and then since then he's like the Ocean's trilogy. He did Magic Mike. He did that movie. What was it? It was like a heist movie in Detroit. Came out a few years ago. Benicio del Toro. No Sudden Move.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he did like he was a second unit director on the Hunger Games. That's fun. And then the guy who directed the Hunger Games directed Ocean 7. So that's
a fun
connection.
Full circle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did another movie. Oh, Logan Lucky. Did you see Logan Lucky?
I've started Logan Lucky. I do want to finish it.
Yeah.
I did like what I saw. I just had like somewhere to go.
It's another fun heist.
Yeah, it was definitely fun what I saw.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig with a southern accent pre-Knives Out was
Yeah.
jarring.
Everyone was saying he did this accent for the Knives Out, but I'm like,
Right,
no,
I'm like,
did it in
no,
Logan
bro.
Lucky. Yeah.
I had said the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys don't even know.
I guess it's a bit of a different accent because
It's
more
different,
New
but-
Orleans, but everyone was
Yeah,
still
no.
saying like southern accent. It's
Yeah,
like,
Knives Out is way more like Atlanta
yeah.
or Georgia rather.
I don't know, are you a fan of the Ocean 11?
I liked Ocean 11. I would
Yeah.
watch Ocean 11 again. I would even watch Ocean 12 and Ocean 13 and Ocean 7.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid who knows it.
That I don't know if I made this joke in a previous podcast, but I was talking to someone about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I just watched Ocean's 11," and they said, "Oh, like there's too many movies in that series," and I was like, "There's only 3," and they're like,
Say now
Yeah.
watch any Fast and
"Yeah,"
Furious.
but no, because they were under the assumption that it started with Oceans, and then it went Oceans 2, 3, 4, and I'm like, that'd be pretty funny.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That's a fair presumption. Just
Yeah,
yeah, if you've never invested in it, why wouldn't you assume that?
yeah. What do you think of the Bros? Do you think? I mean, this is fucking
The
stacked
guys,
with
the
the
dudes,
Bros.
stacked. I agree. It's
Yeah.
stacked. We got Clooney, Damon, Pitt, other guys, Bernie Mac,
Bernie
RIP.
Mac, Julia Roberts,
Mm-hmm.
Andy Garcia. We have Ann Affleck, not the Affleck, but we have the other Affleck.
He's debatably as talented.
Yeah.
I prefer Ben,
They have this-
frankly, but
Oh, he has one less Academy Award as Ben, I think.
interesting.
Yeah.
If we're combining all the categories, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess Ben's were for writing and directing. So in terms of acting, this one's got a leg up. Also, his directing history is a bit touchy if you've read into it.
I've heard things, yeah.
Yeah. He
My
touched some chicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he shouldn't do. My favorite thing Casey Affleck's ever done was when he hosted SNL. They did a Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
Cruella, have an extra large, 3 parliaments, take a big dump. That's kind of the routine. I see right over there. It's douchebag will move.
And it was one of those commercials where
Oh,
like,
yeah.
pretending to interview Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
patrons, and I don't know, I just thought his character specifically was very funny. He's like, oh yeah, I fucking love Dunkin'.
He predated his brother. His brother's doing the Dunkin' commercials now with Ice Spice.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. That was he
I hate that that's a
Casey
thing.
did it
That,
first.
that Ben Affleck and Ice Spice are doing Dunkin' Donuts commercials.
It's kind of random.
Yeah.
It's like he's back with Jennifer Lopez. Why is he doing the commercials now? Does he need the money?
Ugh. Yeah, she's not giving him that shotgun
She was
wedding
in
money.
one of them, I think.
Yeah, she was in the Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. He's so funny to me. He's miserable all the time.
All the Ben Affleck memes are always
Yeah.
fucking funny.
I've had 3 different people send me like pictures of him angry holding Dunkin' Donuts and saying, "This is you." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
3 separate people have sent me that.
That's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
I'm like, I'll take it, I guess. He's funny though. He's just like miserable in everything, but also like just I don't know. He's like the prototypical just like tortured artist where he's like he just keeps like working, but he's like miserable, but he also claims he enjoys it. Did you see Air?
I did not see Air.
Okay. I liked it.
I was curious. I was definitely curious. I was like, oh, that's a story I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
Plus, it was him and Matt Damon back
Right.
together again, so that was also
The Boston
appealing.
Boys. It was a good movie, but I don't think it was a super interesting story because I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't want to see a bunch of guys talk about making a shoe. It's like it's not it. We know where the story is going. It's just more fun to see them all like interact with each other. I think for me is what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, I did hear that despite the like what do you call it, the plot or subject of the movie, we get little to no Michael Jordan. Even
Zero Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
He's like,
and I was like-
it's like the back of his head, I think, in one scene.
okay, just some bald guy.
Yeah,
That's disappointing.
yeah.
I think someday we'll get the Michael Jordan biopic or series.
Yeah.
I think maybe I thought, or maybe I was hoping that's what it was going to be, and it just clearly just wasn't.
Yeah. I think it was something Michael Jordan requested was like, I don't want to be in the movie at all.
I believe it. He said, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah. Fuck your movie, Ben Affleck.
Probably. Allegedly.
And then they were saying like, oh, it's because Michael Jordan, he's like more than just like no actor can play him because he's like a symbol.
Okay,
and I'm
Prince.
Like, no, an actor can play him. An actor can play anyone.
Many actors have succeeded. Many have tried, certainly.
Yeah. You watched Winning Time, right? Or you watched it?
Winning Time. Was that the HBO
Yeah.
series? I did not, but it was another thing that had my curiosity just because of the cast.
Yeah.
I know Bo Burnham, I think, was supposed to play Larry Bird in that, and then he had to drop out.
Oh, that'd be an interesting casting.
That's what I said.
The guy who plays Larry Bird looks just like him. I mean, it might be in prosthetics, but
it could be.
yeah.
But that was kind of one of the more like, oh, it's less appealing to me now that
Yeah.
Bo Burnham dropped out.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports person, so it was hard for me
to
want to watch that in general.
So this Danny Ocean guy, he's got this big plan. He wants to do the biggest heist in casino history.
Modest.
Yeah. Terry Benedict, played by Andy Garcia. He owns the Bellagio. I always think it's funny whenever like someone in a movie like owns something that's real, you know?
That is always funny, especially when it's something it's like, that's you can buy shares of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like some guy like just owns the entire casino but he's dating.
I own Apple.
Yeah. They're going to heist Apple. They're going to steal all the iPhones.
They don't need a heist Apple. Some foreign entity will do it for them.
Yeah. He owns the Bellagio. He's dating George Clooney's gal, Tess, played by Julia Roberts. And so I think that they're like, that's some drama thrown in there as like, oh, you're just doing this for revenge because he's fucking your bitch. And then, yeah, I mean, it's a fun heist. I didn't love the ending that they just, they like pretend to be a SWAT team and they just leave with the money. I thought it was going to be like them sneaking out with the money and he wasn't going to realize until like the next day that they were heist or whatever. But I mean, whatever. It was still a good movie.
Yeah. Good
Good ending. I like the scene at the end when they're all like watching the fountain and it just pans over them. Like you ever see those like TikToks where it's like me and like my boys like all hanging out and it'll be like Patrick Bateman and the Joker and it'll be like that shit.
Yeah.
I always think they should use that scene where it's like panning of them in front of the Bellagio and be like me and my bros like reminiscing on the old days or whatever.
That would definitely work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to commission somebody to draw those other people, all
Yeah.
those other IPs. Just use the Clooney and the gang.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite of the 11?
Ooh.
I like Rusty a lot. That's Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Okay, I remember liking Brad Pitt's character a lot.
He's eating. That's like his thing is he eats. He eats snacks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that. I appreciate that. Plus
Yeah.
a fellow Brad. How can you hate on that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was telling you earlier, my favorite / not favorite person in these movies is probably Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Strictly because of his British accent.
His wild British accent. That's no British person has ever spoken like that.
All right, chaps. Hang on to your knickers.
He's like,
No, it's like
Danny, what the fuck you got going on here, man?
Yeah,
he's like Jason Statham level of like exaggeration. And he can just make a bomb out of anything.
that is quite the talent.
Yeah.
Not many people can do that. MacGyver, Don Cheadle.
Bashar, I think was his name. Bashar.
That sounds right.
Yeah. He just like they just hand him things and they're like, how quickly can you make this into a bomb? And he's like, I already did, mate. He just tosses it as a bomb.
There's a bomb in it.
Yeah. There was the amazing Yen. He's like a little Chinese boy who can do flips. It's whatever. I mean, you know.
That can come in handy.
Very diverse for 2001, was this?
It was, and yet that's a very good point, actually. Very diverse for even that time.
Yeah. It's like all A-listers and then like just a couple nobodies, which I think is kind of funny.
What would Casey Affleck have been in 2001?
Casey Affleck, he would have been in something, but I don't know.
I'm sure he worked.
Yeah.
But was he like working?
Well, because they were child actors.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, Casey Affleck would have been in something, but
Probably.
they probably just couldn't get Ben. They were like,
They're like, we'll get him.
So here's something I learned is for him and Scott Caan, they play they're like Mormon brothers or what, Turk and Virgil. They originally wanted Owen and Luke Wilson to play those characters.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah. But do you know why they didn't do it?
I do not.
They were in the Royal Tenenbaums.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to do that twice.
Which is that's like the ultimate, like, crew, like movie crew is like at the same time. We had all the crew in Oceans and then all the crew in the fucking Tenenbaums.
Yeah, it would have been the ultimate like 2001 like male actor lineup.
Yeah. You're a fan of that, like having the whole like group of, because you talked about it on your show, like the Expendables. You like having an Expendables.
Oh yeah, I very much I very much enjoy a large ensemble cast.
Yeah.
They're few and far these days just because of how expensive they are.
Yeah,
in terms
right.
of budgetary reasons. Like that's why
I mean, Avengers might be the closest thing to.
Avengers are expensive because of the salaries
Yeah.
and shit they have to pay for, not because of all the other shit they have to dump into it.
Yeah.
They're not putting it in the CG.
Yeah. I guess, the Expendables is the Oceans of action movies.
I won't argue with it.
All right, cool.
Like there's also the Expendables, but it's like,
Yeah,
okay, who would win in a fight?
probably the Expendables. But the Oceans, no, the Expendables would think that they won the fight, but then at the end of the movie, they would find out that the Oceans actually heisted the fight and stole stuff from them.
I want to see that now.
What the hell is that noise?
It sounds like running water of some sort.
Hopefully we don't drown down here. Who else is Linus Caldwell, played by Matt Damon? I mean, it's getting louder. It's weird because Matt Damon takes a back seat in this movie, and
really
then
does.
he's like the new guy in the crew. He doesn't get a ton of screen time. He doesn't get a ton of just anything in the movie.
Usually films like this, the new guy get more screen time.
Right.
Just because you want to see how this person adapts.
Right. But I think because at the time, especially Clooney and Pitt were so much higher than Matt Damon, that I think he was sort of, the lower tier of that scale.
I mean, I guess in comparison.
Because, this is only a few years after Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Was he quite Jason Bourne yet?
I don't think he was Jason Bourne yet.
He'll be born soon.
He will be born soon. But who else is in it? Yeah, Scott Caan. Yeah, do you like Scott Caan? I like him.
Do I like Scott Caan? I'm blanking on a face.
He's James Caan's son. Okay. You know James Caan?
Probably.
He plays Buddy the Elf's dad, and he plays Sonny in The Godfather.
Yes.
Scott Caan. Here's a fun fact: Scott Caan and The Alchemist. Do you know The Alchemist? He's a rapper, producer, works with Action Bronson a lot.
Oh, okay.
The two of them, they had a rap duo when they were coming up, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's just funny to think about James Caan's son and Alchemist being rappers together.
That is quite the duo.
Yeah.
Seems like a Kendall Roy wet dream.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be that guy.
And now I think he's in Hawaii 5-0, which I don't.
Hell yeah.
My grandma watches.
I was gonna say I just know it's a reboot, but
Yeah.
I know it's been on for quite a while now, so
10 years or something.
must be
that.
decent.
Yeah.
Good for Hawaii 5.
A lot of those NCIS shows though, they just run forever because they're cheap to make and very little writing goes into them.
It's very true.
They have the same actors just in everything, and I don't know. People like them. I'd never seen too much of any of them.
I will say I think the last time I seriously watched any of those shows was middle school.
Yeah.
Middle school for me is 2004, 5, 6.
The last thing I saw was the clip of Ice-T talking to the guy, and he's like, I'm not. He's like, I like sex with men, and he's like, that means you're gay.
I think I've seen that. I've seen a couple just unhinged clips from those shows,
Yeah.
specifically of
Ice-T.
Ice-T,
Yeah.
and I love it because my earliest memory of Ice-T is Player Haters club from
Yeah.
the Chappelle show. So I just like to think it's that character.
Yeah. Ice-T, LL is, he's in it too.
He is, yeah.
It's just Ice Cube. He's not in that, but he played a police officer in a bunch of movies. I just think it's funny, like rappers, how many rappers like go on to play police officers.
It is interesting. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you either
Ice Cube had a song called "Fuck the Police," and then he's played like 3 different police in movies.
what's the Dark Knight quote I'm blanking on?
You either die a villain or
That one.
you die a hero or
Die a hero or live
turn into the police. Oh yeah, Bernie Mac. He's also.
I love Bernie Mac.
He doesn't do too much in the movie, but he's just.
No, but
It's just fun to
his
have Bernie
presence
Mac in
is
the
so
movie.
large in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a big heist. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It did really well. It was like Steven Soderbergh's highest grossing film or something.
Yeah, did well enough for 3 sequels.
2 sequels and a spinoff.
Spinoff. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Ocean's 12. It's which you haven't seen.
I've not.
It's
But
just
I'm
a lot
probably
of
going
the
to.
same. They do but it's just they do a bunch of mini heists and then they do a big heist closer towards the end.
Okay.
And there's a part where, spoiler alert, there's a part where Tess pretends to be Julia Roberts.
Okay.
They're like, oh, Tess, George Clooney's wife, you look just like Julia Roberts. Like, you need to pretend to be Julia Roberts. And then they run into Bruce Willis, and he thinks that she's Julia Roberts. And so he's like, he wants to, like, talk to her.
Yeah, I want to see this now.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sounds absolutely good. I love when dumb shit like that happens. Like, oh, this actress or this thing exists in this universe.
Yeah. It's so dumb that 2 people look exactly like each other. In the
It's
movie.
like, I think, oh, fuck, I'm blanking. No, never mind.
Okay.
I had an example, but I think it's wrong.
Well, I think, like, doesn't Samuel L. Jackson exist in the Avengers universe or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love shit like that,
Yeah.
especially when they poke fun at it, obviously.
Yeah, I like when I saw the cast that Bruce Willis was in the cast playing himself, I thought it was just like a cameo, but he is in like a good portion of the movie, like playing himself. Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to see that.
Yeah. Vincent Cassel. He's like a famous French actor. He plays the villain in it. He's like a thief called the Night Wolf.
You said this one goes international, correct?
This one goes international.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they're
that's
traveling all
attractive.
Europe. I love thieves that like have a name and like a calling card, because he puts like a little wolf statue at all the places that he robs.
That's got to be pricey.
Yeah, and they're like, the Night Wolf was here. The Night Wolf stole his, and I'm like, that's so fucking corny.
Just take the money and run.
Yeah.
Steve Miller.
Yeah, they do a bunch of big heists in that one. Well, a bunch of little heists and then a big heist, which involves an egg. They love the Faberge eggs.
Faberge eggs, I don't know the history of them.
Yeah.
So that I just like, why are these so fucking like? Why are these a thing?
I
Why
like.
do people price these so high?
I'm sure I've seen a Faberge egg before, but I only know what they are because of movies. I've
Yeah,
never
me
like.
too. Cereal Mom is how I know what they are.
Yeah, just like, oh, they stole the Faberge egg, and it's just like,
It's an egg made of plastic.
Yeah,
or,
it's
or
just
like
diamonds
marble.
on an egg. Yeah,
or some shit. It's like, is it that serious?
yeah, and they always break. I love watching a Faberge egg break.
Yeah, the movie I just referenced, Serial Mom. In the scene, one's like chipped, and the lady's like, "I'm not buying that. It's
Yeah.
damaged goods."
Yeah, they love their Faberge eggs.
It's like, I'll take a real egg, please. Any
Now-
style.
That one's fine. I think it's people don't like that one, but I thought it was fine.
I'm sure it's inoffensive.
Yeah. The third one is just the first one again, except now Al Pacino is the villain, and Andy Garcia works with the 11.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That alone, I would
Yeah.
want to watch. I'll probably watch these at some point
Yeah.
next time I come across them.
He's Pacinoing it up. He's like, oh, they want to steal my diamonds.
I would say post like elder era Pacino
Yeah.
is quite fun to me, so I'm into it.
Yeah, we could talk about it a bit more when we talk about Heat, which is a movie we're going to talk about because we're talking heist movies. But yeah, this era, especially of Pacino, is just. I saw a thing recently. He said that like Jack and Jill ruined his career, and I'm like, sir, I don't think Jack and Jill is what ruined your career.
It didn't help.
It didn't help. I still love that Dunkachino commercial. I'd take a Dunkachino over a fucking Ben Affleck commercial.
What's my name? Dunkachino. It's a whole new game. Dunkachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your food.
I love that.
Love a callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only person that benefited from that was probably Dunkin' Donuts.
And Adam. It didn't help him career-wise, but
the scene
monetarily,
specifically, he probably did all right, but the film as a whole, painful.
Yeah. But he made his bag off that movie. I mean,
Good
we've
for
both
him.
seen it.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
we're who's laughing now?
What else? Eddie Izzard is in it, dressed like a man.
Love Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, he's someone I've not seen too much of his stand-up. He's one of the first stand-ups that who I like ever heard, because he did like a set about Darth Vader like going to the cafe on the Death Star.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And
I haven't seen any of his stand-up in so long. There's one specifically I can see like the artwork. It's like I think it's like blue or some shit, but that's like his like pinnacle stand-up special. It's really good. Wish I could remember the name of it.
Yeah. He's funny. He's good in the movie. Who else? What else goes on in these movies, or in this movie, the 13? They have like an earthquake machine. Yeah, that like Don Cheadle like builds where he can like simulate an earthquake under Las Vegas.
I have to see this.
Yeah. These movies just get wilder and wilder.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
I love wild, fucking over the top shit.
And then Ocean 7, the most recent Ocean film, 2018, I think.
Sounds right.
It was all the ladies. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, the guy who directed Hunger Games, Gary something. Sandy Bowles is in it.
Love her.
Sarah Paulson, Rihanna, Aquafina. I mean, it is, for the time, this is like a good collection
I would
of
say
women's too.
this is definitely a product of 2018. Sarah Paulson's, I think she's still good, but I think that was definitely like her prime. That
American
was like,
Horror Story.
That may have been post OJ.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I think the Versace one came out in 2018, so this would have been right after that. Yeah. I don't even know why I know that, but yeah, this one's. I know a lot of people didn't like it because it's women doing a man's job. That's.
Yeah,
they can't. You can't believe them heisting.
It kind of got the Ghostbusters treatment of like they could never.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to invest.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah, but I did like it. I liked it. Despite the women doing the man's job, I still liked it. I didn't see Ghostbusters. I just didn't have any interest in it.
I was interested enough.
Yeah.
Was it great? Not really, but it's not the female cast's fault.
Yeah, it's just.
I would put that on the script. My personal opinion.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Is that it's just, dumb jokes and like just a repeat of the first movie, and
I would repeat. I don't know if it's necessarily if it's a group of 4 scientists, 3 to 4 scientists putting
3
together
scientists and 1 blue collar worker.
Right, making a ghost hunting business, and then they have to take down a big ghost in the end. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the plot of the first movie. But I think this one, the reboot or remake or whatever was different enough, but not in a great way.
Okay. It tricked people into thinking Chris Hemsworth could be a good comedic talent.
On the contrary, he's very funny.
No, but I'm saying that he was so funny in that movie that they made
After Effects.
They then made Love and Thunder.
Yeah, no, not quite the same.
Yeah, he just went full comedy like after that movie.
Pretty much.
I mean, Men in Black, the Thor movies,
I didn't see International.
Yeah, neither did I. But yeah, it was. I liked it a lot. I liked that it was like a Met Gala. They were at the Met Gala and they stole all the diamonds from the Met Gala. Anne Hathaway is in it, and I love Anne Hathaway.
She's pretty neat.
Yeah, she's cool. She's chill. I loved the movie up until James Corden shows up at the end. Oh, like, who stole the diamonds? Sandra Bullock, did you steal the diamonds?
He's truly the worst.
I can't stand the guy. He didn't even do anything wrong. He's so annoying.
I feel the same way. Like, yeah, he's never personally harmed or necessarily offended me, but he's just, why does he have to be so fucking everywhere?
Yeah.
Why is he in every fucking musical?
Why does he have? Why is he in Cats?
Why was anyone in Cats? It makes me laugh that Taylor Swift was in Cats.
Oh, that's right.
Like the further we get away from the Cats era,
Yeah,
the more
dude, the
it's
fucking
like,
Swifties forgot about that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
People don't forget.
Yeah.
No, oh my god.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say James Corden contributed positively to the world, at least for me, is I really liked his his segment on his talk show. It was like spill your guts or like fill your guts or something. Like,
okay,
you either had to eat or drink something nasty or like answer a question honestly.
Okay,
I thought that was really interesting for a talk show.
You should have had Joe Rogan do that. They could have done like a Fear Factor. I don't know.
It was pretty much Fear Factory.
Yeah,
but
do you think the late night talk shows are like reaching out to Joe Rogan?
Reaching out in terms of like, hey, do you want to host?
No, like, do you want to like be a guest on it? Because can you like, if Seth Meyers had Joe Rogan on an episode, that would be like the biggest Seth Meyers episode ever.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, I feel like I don't know. I would say, Rogan's too good for that. I will say, I don't think
he wouldn't do it.
I don't think he would do it just because he doesn't need to, and I think
Yeah.
that's what he would say.
Yeah,
I don't listen to him that often. I don't know him, but just based on he's very aware of his success with his podcast and his stand-up, so I don't know why he would need to do any of that unless he wanted to.
Yeah, I think like unless he's touring, I don't even think he leaves Texas. Like he's just, and he's
right.
got the mothership now, so he just does like
no, he doesn't
stand up every night.
Yeah, he doesn't have to leave.
Yeah. Do you plan to make it out to the mothership at some point?
Ugh, Texas.
That's the thing. I don't want to go to.
Planning to, not anytime soon. I still don't know what I'm doing a year from now. Good point. So
I would like to go just to see, and if there's an open mic going on, I would like to, say I performed at the mothership. But
I mean, yeah, that would be cool. But
who even knows how?
It's not something I'm going to worry about right now.
Yeah, we know a few guys who've been on Kill Tony.
This is true. Yeah.
Do you have any interest in Kill Tony?
I only know what Kill Tony is because these people went on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
So that's how much of a cultured comedian I am. But if I were in town and we're trying to do Mothership, I guess I don't see why I wouldn't try to do Kill Tony as well.
Yeah. I used to watch it like every week, like when it would drop, but I think a lot of those guys, just the ego is starting to get to them, and that really bothers me when like comedians have like ego where they're like, oh, I know how to be funny.
Yeah, that exists big or small.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, good for them. They're successful.
No, yeah, if you're successful, definitely, enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Just don't be rude to me. Don't be rude to me, Tony.
Please don't kill me.
Be nice to me, Tony. I just want you to I want you to have me open for you.
That's what a lot of these people are going in with their mind. A lot of the post-pandemic comedians are like, oh, I'm going to move to Austin and be a good comedian, and I'm going to be on Joe Rogan. We're going to be best friends. We're going to do MDMA or whatever. Yeah.
It is cool to see like guys who were like nobodies a year ago like blow up because of like Kill Tony or because, just performing at, whatever shows.
100%.
But also like there's a lot of dick sucking going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of dick sucking in showbiz in general, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird because comedians act like they don't do it, but it's they do it the most.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's a lot of dick sucking. I was about to say something. Like, no, I actually haven't physically, but like, you gotta be nice.
You've said some nice things to people that I didn't really want to.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, I mean, you're just a nice person in general.
That's kind of the thing. Like, I'm nice, and some comedians don't like nice people, and I've gotten mixed vibes because of that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, that's your problem, I guess.
By the way, you're performing You have a few dates in November.
I have a few dates in November, yes. I have Blind Pig in Ann Arbor on November 27th. That's a free show, so if you're in Ann Arbor, get the fuck out. It's a good time.
Yes.
Free candy. Can't go wrong. And then Supernatural Brewing in Livonia on the 30th. That is a $10 show. Buy your tickets online.
So many shows. Such a busy comedian. He's a working comedian.
Most books I've had in a minute.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Everyone go see Brad perform comedy. All 12 people watching this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's Ocean's 7. Yeah, it's fine. Then, so I was looking up what the future of the Ocean's franchise is. Apparently there is in the works an Ocean's prequel that takes place in the 60s.
Oh, a period piece.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
It'll take place in the Clooneyverse, but, you know, maybe his dad or whatever. But it's set to star Barbie and Ken, Margot and Ryan Gosling.
Just them? I feel like I did hear about
Ocean's
that
2?
now that I think about it.
Probably more cast, but I think with the strikes and everything, it's been on hold.
Yeah, fair. Very fair. Yeah, now that you mentioned those names,
Yeah.
Ryan and Margot, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it. I
like a period piece in general, honestly.
Yeah.
So that alone, I'm like sold.
We don't get enough, like, not necessarily true period pieces, but like period pieces. How do I say this? That like look like a period piece.
Yeah,
I want a
know what
period
you
piece that looks like a period piece. You know, like too many of them, it'll just look like modern day people, just like, you know,
in old clothes.
yeah,
with just sitting around typewriters.
yeah. I like The Nice Guys a lot. That's
I
Brian.
still have to watch that. Everybody
piece.
I know that has seen that movie pretty much says it's their favorite movie.
Yeah. You know, up until I saw The Notebook, I always thought that was like a modern time. I had no idea it was a period piece until like in the movie they say this is a period piece.
Oh.
Because it looks like a modern movie. It doesn't look like a period piece.
Yeah. I remember from the trailers, I think there was like a old car or something. I
Maybe,
think
yeah.
That was the giveaway
Yeah,
for
I'm
me.
probably just stupid. I think that's, yeah. And okay, this is the last sort of news about the Ocean's movies, upcoming movies. So this isn't a spoiler. This isn't a trailer, but Clooney is dead in the Ocean's 7 movie.
Oh wow.
They show like his, what do they call it? The box that he's in when you die. What do they call it?
A coffin.
No, like the
A mausoleum.
mausoleum. Yeah, they show his mausoleum and it says Danny Ocean is definitely dead, but in the back of your mind,
Sounds
you're
like
thinking,
something a definitely alive person would say.
yeah. You're like, he's the greatest heister in the world. He must be alive. And I think him and Steven Soderbergh, I don't know if this was a joke or if it was serious. They said they'd be interested in doing a Ocean's Magic Mike crossover.
I think I heard about that at
Yeah.
one point. Why
That'd
not?
be sweet. Yeah.
They both can take place in Vegas.
Yeah. Get Channing into the Ocean's team.
He would fit in there quite well.
He did that movie with Sandra Bullock, so they have and Rusty Ryan. Brad Pitt was in that movie too, so
He was in that movie. Lost City.
you know, might happen.
I don't see why not.
They have to have Magic Mike like strip in front of like Al Pacino so they can sneak behind him to steal his diamonds.
And Al Pacino just reacts the entire time.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Look at that dick. Yeah.
I'd see it.
I'd see it.
Oscar worthy.
Did you hear about this was apparently going to happen? It came from like the Sony leaks. Remember when they did the Sony got leaked
Vaguely,
from
yeah.
North Korea or whatever?
Yeah. I mostly remember the what was it? The interview.
The interview,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the main target.
Yeah. Apparently there was going to be a like Men in Black 21 Jump Street
Oh, yeah.
crossover.
Yeah, I remember.
Which
hearing
I was like, that'd be fucking awesome.
I also heard that and had
Yeah.
the same reaction, but I also am like, nothing ever works out that great in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
that would never happen.
Like, it took them, I think, 20 years, maybe a little less than that, but at least 10.
Mm-hmm.
It took them 10 to 20 years to make Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
Despite, I think New Line owned both of them at that point.
Alien vs. Predator too.
Yeah, same deal. And then they were supposed to make more like horror, like Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash or Freddy vs. Jason vs. Pinhead or something like that, and never got it because why would all these IPs ever cross over?
Right.
It's hard.
They tried with like, and then they tried again with Dracula Untold and The Mummy, and like they were gonna do like a big Monsterverse, and then none of that happened.
Yeah, that was disappointing, honestly, because I wouldn't mind a new Monsterverse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like all this like
We don't have not a lot of good Frankenstein movies.
there's one good Frankenstein movie.
I said there's not a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely one of the good ones.
Yeah, that one that we were both in. That's a good one. We sort of had a Monsterverse. You played Van Helsing. Did you know that you played Van Helsing in that movie?
You didn't tell me that till like the second time I saw you when I was helping you shoot stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't remember dressing up or shooting any dialogue as Van Helsing.
Yeah.
But that was a fun twist.
Yeah, so these Oceans movies, they're super popular. Everybody loves them. Or some people love them. The people who've seen them probably love them.
People love them enough to where they kept making them. So
Yeah, and they will probably continue to make them.
most likely, if this Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie one does not pan out, someone's gonna reboot it eventually.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll actually kiss in this movie.
Did they not kiss?
They didn't kiss in Barbie. People
that's
were like upset about that they didn't kiss in Barbie.
They kiss in Toy Story 3 probably.
Yeah.
That should be good. That should be
Yeah.
enough.
Michael Keaton and whoever plays Barbie. I don't know who plays Barbie.
I don't remember.
Michael Keaton's a funny person to get to play Ken.
When I first heard he was gonna be Ken, I was like, okay, because that was at the point where he like I don't know if he like took a break necessarily, but he like like mid 2000s he wasn't doing a lot.
Yeah.
I assume he was like
Pre-Spotlight.
Yeah, I think he was just. I assumed he was just raising his kids or something.
Probably.
I don't know. I've never taken offense to an actor taking a 5-10 year break.
Yeah.
They can afford it.
Rick Moranis took like a 50-year break.
Right? Yeah.
The only thing he's been in is like a Ryan Reynolds commercial.
Honestly, yeah, because there was a lot of things people were hoping he would pop up in, like the newest Ghostbusters that came out, Afterlife, which there's a sequel coming.
Yeah,
so
that's what I
never
heard.
know. I like that one a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot better than the 2016.
I think we've talked about this. I didn't love the Harold Ramis like stuff.
We did talk about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But I liked it better than what they did with him in 2016, where they just put a statue of him in the background and like, oh, there's Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Brad, we did a heist. This was a great heist that we just did.
We sure did.
We've
We've stolen so
heist.
many people's time.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest thing we stole is their time. They're 49 minutes. Yeah, we heisted them. We'll see you guys next week when we're continuing our heist.
On the next heist.
HEIST-VEMBER. Big peace.